We have Megan Moroney on Pure Country. Finally, we've been playing your music for so long. I actually play a lot of songs off of the album Lucky on my New and Now show every weekend. So we've been kind of waiting to get to talk to you and get you to Canada. When is that happening?
I'm actually coming to Canada in the next couple weeks, I think.
Okay.
I've played some festivals there, so.
Nice. Have you ever been to Canada before?
Never, ever.
Never.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, you grew up in Georgia, so Canada is going to be, at least you're coming in the summer, so you're not getting too much of like a shock to the system with the wintry weather in Canada.
Yeah. Yeah, I've never been, so it's cool that I get to play music while I'm there for the first time.
So the album Lucky, I just have to tell you that the promotion, like the way that you teased this album was probably one of my favorite ways I've ever seen an album be like unveiled in my entire life. It was so cool.
Thank you.
Was that your idea? Like, did you have any say in like the scratch off ticket reveal of the songs type deal?
So I'm pretty much responsible for all the creative, like, stuff, direction. It's kind of like my team is great because they just take my ideas and they execute them. So, like even with the cover of the album, I was like, I need to be leaning up against a slot machine in a crazy outfit. And they understood the assignment and
they did
understand my brain. So it's really cool to like work with a team that gets what I'm thinking. And because I love writing songs, obviously, but the creative part of it is also really fun for me.
Yeah. So. And it's something that a lot of people don't maybe realize when you get into music, that yes, writing songs and singing the songs is a huge part of it, but there's so much more that goes into releasing music than just that, obviously, like the biggest part of it all. But it's cool that you get to, especially I can tell style and fashion and stuff is something that you love. So it's fun that you get to incorporate that into your songs.
Yeah, I agree.
So do you have a favorite album or favorite song on the album that you love to play the most?
Well, they're all my favorite. I feel like they're my children and I can't pick one, but favorite to play live is probably Lucky.
Okay.
Just because it's so different than everything I have and it gets everybody dancing. Everybody, yells the tell me what you're gonna do part and just me, my phone, and the neon's buzzing. It's fun.
Have you ever gotten lucky and actually won money on a scratch off ticket?
Not on a scratch off. I've won like maybe $300 on a slot machine one time. So that was a win. But I've also lost a lot on slot machines as well.
See, I'm like so competitive that my husband's always like, let's go to the casino. And I'm like, no, because if I lose, I'm going to be angry for the rest of the day. And he's like, well, then you go back and you win again. I'm like, nope, I can't do it.
Yeah, it's frustrating, but.
Do you have you won a lot of money on a slot machine or just like a couple of bucks?
Yeah, no.
Okay. I was like,
there's no big wins, but maybe one day.
So one thing that I have to say I think is so cool is I feel like your producer has done such an incredible job, Christian Bush, of bringing your vocal like so far forward in the music, which is proof that you're an incredible singer because we can really hear you. And on the song Girl in the Mirror, I just want to like bow down to you because that song is just one so incredibly written, so vulnerable, but you sound incredible on it. Was that song really like honest to a story or something that you've gone through?
Yeah. I mean, I wrote that with Jesse Joe Dillon and Matt Jenkins, and we kind of just got talking, and it's just about, like I am a strong woman and I know who I am, but there's been relationships that I've been in where I lose myself trying to make it work with the guy that I shouldn't be trying to make it work with. And I think a lot of people can relate to that. So it was something that like, I'm glad that I have that song now. So if I find myself doing that again, it's like, girl, you literally wrote not to do that. Yeah. It's not good and it's not going to work out. You literally said that in the last chorus. But yeah, that's definitely, it's not necessarily about one relationship, but I've kind of done that. It's kind of history is repeating there.
So. Yeah. When I listened to it, I was like, ooh, I remember this moment in my apartment in Kentucky, looking in the mirror, being like, what are you doing with your life, girl?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, get it together, girl.
Get it together. So it's cool that you get to be kind of that therapy, like that therapist for someone when they're going through that scenario in their life that they can listen to that song and be like, she's right. What am I doing? That's really special.
Yeah, I mean, I had artists like that growing up that did that for me, like Miranda Lambert and Taylor Swift. And so like now when I see messages from people or even meet fans and they tell me that like that song helped them, get over a guy or break up with him or just get out of the situation and stuff. I remember artists doing that for me. And so that's it's surreal to be able to do that for other people.
I am someone that has recently become like really into mental health and putting my mental health first in therapy and stuff like that. So my therapist always asks me this, and I think it's something really cool to do. If you like end every single day thinking about something that you love about yourself that you noticed that day and something that you're still trying to work on, what would those two things be in your life? That like one thing you're so proud of yourself for, and one thing that you're like, still got to work on that.
Something I'm really proud of is that I really know who I am and I'm really in touch with my feelings. And something that I'd work on is like knowing when I should walk away from situations. Because I feel like there's something in me that is always like, no, you're not a quitter. And it's like, girl, you should probably quit.
You should quit.
Girl.
Just every now and then be a quitter. Every now and then.
Yeah.
Okay, I love that. See, and it's funny, like it's things that are so simple that you know about yourself, but when you say them out loud, I feel like it reminds you to like put
Right.
it first, and also be proud of yourself for knowing who you are. One thing I saw that I thought was really cool is I think you were in Florida. I saw a video someone posted. You're out like at a bar with a bunch of your girlfriends, and Tennessee Orange came on. Is that surreal to you that like you'll just be hanging out, having drinks with friends, and all of a sudden you're listening at the bar and you're like, hey, that's me.
Yeah, it is. It is crazy. It's like that kind of stuff I am not used. Maybe one day I'll get used to it. I don't know, but it has not happened yet. So like anytime I hear the start of Tennessee Orange, it's like, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's me. That's me.
Have you been recognized where like you have to kind of like escape the situation because somebody there is obviously a huge fan of yours?
Yeah, I mean, most of the time, like I haven't had time to go on Broadway, but there's been times that I've been on Broadway and all my fans are super sweet. It's more like they're not aggressive or anything.
They
It's
just
more
want to
just
hang
like
out.
it's like one time I realized that I was there for 2 hours talking and taking pictures with people, and my friends are like, like, do you want us to make this stop? And I was like, I feel like I can't.
You're like, no, this
like
has
I gotta
become
say hello to everybody that knows me.
That's
And
awesome. That's cool though.
yeah, I think it's especially, I think I haven't been to Broadway in a couple months. It might be a little bit
I
crazier
think
now,
you
but I'd
should
like to
bring
go to
friends.
Broadway because I've seen videos where like the artists on Broadway are like covering my song Tennessee Orange, and I haven't seen that live yet. And when I moved to Nashville, I remember thinking it'd be so cool to like hear somebody play my song in one of these bars, and I haven't been able to do that yet. But
I heard someone doing it in the Nashville airport. I was like
oh,
walking
really?
through, and I was like, oh man, no way, Megan is here. No chance. And I was like, maybe. And I walked around the corner and it was, she was really awesome and she did a great cover, but I mean, it's happening, girl. So I hope you get to catch it at some point. Cause that
I'd love that.
will
I
be
can't wait to tip them. I'll be like, play it again.
play it again. Encore. They'll be like, can you please sing with me? I saw you posted like a collection of photos. You have been everywhere and anywhere lately. And I'm sure I think that's the exciting part about being an artist is that you get to see so much of the world and see so many people in different corners of the world. But is there one thing that you miss the most from home when you are out on the road all the time?
I miss my mom's home cooked dinners.
Mm.
I miss both my parents, but especially like when I'm home, my parents really take care of me. Like I don't have to do anything when I'm home. They're doing
I
my
love that.
laundry. They're feeding. I get breakfast, lunch, and dinner served. And
I'm
so
coming for
that's
dinner.
yeah, yeah. They're the best, but I don't get to see them that much or do that too much anymore. The last time I was home was Christmas for like 2 days, and then I had to go back to Nashville to do the Tennessee Orange music video. So, um, yeah, I miss
Well,
that the most, but I'm sure I'll get back
I hope
soon.
you get some home cooked meals soon. Last thing before we go, do you have a favorite home cooked meal of your mom's?
She makes this incredible like shrimp linguine. It's like shrimp pasta basically, but incredible sauce. I can taste it right now, and it's making me hungry.
I'm sorry. All right. Well, I'm going to let you go get something to eat, but thank you so much for joining us on Pure Country, Megan Moroney. So nice to meet you. Hope we get to do this in person soon.
Thank you. Great to meet you.